All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, second annual BTC MMA Award show going on at Waterfront Hotel in Burlington, and I'm joined by Colton Boxell. How's it going there, man?
I'm doing really well, thanks. Yourself? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How's it feel to be at the show?
It feels good, yeah. Like the snow is there's a lot of snow, and that makes it nice. Snow back out west is always like really dry, but the snow sticks together. So it feels like heavier. It kind of keeps it warmer too. The wind's not in your face cutting so much. So it's pretty good.
The real one's coming through because of the snow and everything like that, right?
Exactly. And I've never been on the lake before, but it's like so loud and crisp and clear. I could sit there and listen to those waves forever, man. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. This is a gorgeous part of town.
Yeah, great place to have a show like this. What's it like to be at an awards show centric around MMA that is of this caliber?
Well, it's pretty cool because I get to hang out with the guys, see my coworkers. Basically, they're effective my coworkers or fellow contractors, whatever you want to call them, something like that. And and it's good, man. It's good seeing friendly faces and having good conversations. I wish I had a little bit more to spend on a suit, but.
That's why we're doing the audio interview, though, right? It works out.
That's right. I'm pointing it out so the viewer can imagine.
Yeah, but you have a vested interest being here even beyond just the kinship of everything. I understand you're up for an award, so like for people that don't know about that, what do you got going on in that regard?
Yeah, so I defeated, what was his name, Jeremiah Curtright at BTC 7 by heel hook, an inside heel hook within 2.5 minutes. So it was a fairly well-rehearsed heel hook, and I think it was deserving of the submission of the year.
Yeah, the Danaher Death Squad special, getting the leg lock going on and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was funny. I was talking to some of the guys before. I went that way out to Montreal in the area, and I trained leg locks just repeatedly, all kinds of mostly inside senkaku, right? That's the most powerful one, power auto parts. And what actually wound up happening in the fight is I resorted to my day one heel hook. The very first leg Italian ones I was ever shown as I was a white belt just getting into grappling. They showed me this heel hook, and that's the one that I wound up going back to. So all those endless reps of this advanced thing, right, of putting it all together, just came back to day one, just in the most savage fashion I could possibly imagine. Crush that guy's heel like I would a soda can.
Yeah, and that must immensely have been satisfying in a vacuum, like in as far as scoring the submission itself, but to then have it nominated and be regarded as this great submission of the year, that must compound the joy, I would imagine.
Yeah. It almost doesn't feel real at times. It's almost like there's something going on in the world that's bigger than everything, and I'm just thankful to be along for the ride. Very thankful to be along for the ride.
And for a period in Ontario MMA, things were just kind of slow going, pretty dormant for a period of time, but BTC as well as PFC as well, some great promotions, taking some big strides and just revitalizing the scene. It seems so vibrant nowadays and lively. How does it feel to be in a moment like this and just give the general scope of the MMA scene as compared to years ago,
Well, I didn't know Ottawa years ago, so I only know it now with a pretty good crew and some stuff happening. It's Ottawa's a good scene. Ottawa's good. I'm struggling a little bit, if I'm being honest. Struggling a little bit, try to get my feet under me. Well, not so much, but I tried setting down roots other places. The second time I tried setting down roots away from my hometown, small city. And I think it's coming together pretty well so far. I just got to keep in MMA is about the grind, and the grind applies to more than the day-to-day, more than even just being in the gym, right? You've got to stay healthy, you've got to stay fit, you've got to have all of the backings of having a good life behind you to be able to do it. So I'm kind of at that stage now where I'm looking for ways to stay stable, and from there I can continue to grow. I went for the eccentric growth, but now I need to go for the stable. So that's the year as it is.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of goals for the year, do you have a certain amount of fights you'd like to get? When would be the next time we'd see you out there, you think?
I fought 3 times in 6 months last year, and that was, the body's actually feeling pretty well put together. I took some time off, 2 months or so at the end of the year, and it was hard, but it hurt at the end, but it feels good now. So I think if I were to get that same kind of 3 fights in a year, even 2 would be good, but 3 would be that would be enough to actually start building the resume, and that's the kind of work ethic I want to demonstrate and the kind of determination I want to show for all the people in the ring and the fans and viewers. My fellow compatriots over there.
Yeah, for sure. And that BTC card is coming up at the end of Kitchener. Is that something you're interested at the end of February? Is that end of February?
I'll be ready for end of February. I don't have any contracts signed or medicals done, so I'll need to continue doing that. I was thinking sometime in March, or maybe the next BTC card after that would be good too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. And yeah, you've been great with your time. I imagine you want to go off and party a little bit, though. Is there anything you want to add kind of as a parting thought as we're wrapping up, though?
Just party hard. Flip cup. Hey, flip cup.
Second annual MMA Awards show, BTC. We're up in Burlington, and thanks for the time for Colton Boxell. It's awesome, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for the interview.